Hey, welcome to another GI June entry. We're at the end of June. I hope I can get this in on time. But one of my friends named Wilhelm was selling out some stuff to go to Joe Fest, and I was like, I don't want any more 6-inch figures, but by golly, I do like the way he looks. Even when I saw him at Walmart, I was really tempted to get him and Zeren. I saw both of them at a Walmart when I was traveling one time, and I was like, he looks really cool. He reminds me of my favorite Cobra commander, who is in the correct scale, 1/18 scale. And this is my favorite Cobra commander. I just think he looks a lot like the original. I had him in blue as well. I don't know what happened to that one personally. I hope I kept it, but I just like the black on him instead. And the helmet is both iconic and yet brought into the modern day age. So I thought when I saw this, it's got elements of the past and elements of the present, and it just meshes so beautifully. But it's also in the wrong scale. So if you invented shrink ray, let me borrow it, because G.I. Joe, in my opinion, should be 1/18 scale. But I'm going to keep about a dozen at the most, because I am planning to get one more Xandar. And you might be saying, in the next video, I have another one coming. If you watch one of my live videos, you would know I have 2 of these at one time. So yes, I bought a lot of stuff from Will at one time. This is number 6 in the classifieds. I don't know much about exactly their numbering system. I don't know if this is like 6 total or 6 out of the movie line or blah, blah, blah. I don't really know. Is that 6 out of all of the classifieds ever made? Okay, I really don't know. So I am not keeping up with it. I have tried as much as I can to ignore it, but when they made Zartan, I was like, well, I got to get a Zartan. And I saw Zoran, I was like, man, then I gave it to her. So again, this is my favorite one, but he looks a lot like him. And let's go ahead and take him off that plastic. Aim it down a little bit. Now that we don't have the box to contend with. I forgot. Is there going to be any plastic crap to hold him down? Nope, not any. He has not 1, but 2 extra hands. So one thing about these hands, if I hold on to them, I put the perfect hands that I want on him, and then the hands, this goes to the recycling bin. I'll put the hands on maybe another figure that might need it down the road. So let's see what we got here. We got the finger for picking your nose. He can't get to his nose anyway, so that's kind of pointless. And then we have the fist. Well, he's not a fighter, but we'll see what else we got to deal with here. He's got this really cool Cobra handle. Sword, sort of. It's a very small sword. To him, it'd be a sword. Man, I wonder if it looked good in his hand. In the perfect size Cobra. All right, it's okay. Oh, I was like, what is that knocking noise over there? It's that plastic coming in done. So it's like daddy and son. Nah. All right, so let's take a look at that head, because I didn't notice this before. That's interesting. I almost thought, is this like a Power Ranger? Is that like the eyes of the dinosaur he's supposed to be representing? All right, so yeah, so the helmet's not as simplified as the original one. It's on a barbell joint. Okay. And then they got butterfly joints on these things. All right. So you can go Cobra. Yeah. All right. So we got 360 degrees on the arm. His arm goes all the way up. They feel very mushy to me too. That's another reason it's like these things are a little creepy to me. Like the Zartan, I was very like, ugh, when I got him. He's just too mushy. All right. So he's got double jointed pinned arms, which I know is a big thing nowadays, which I don't care about pins. I mean, it looks like he doesn't look like a real person. Well, his size kind of tells you he's not a real person unless you have some kind of weird fairy thing about you that you believe in. All right, so his arm, he does have the sword-wielding hand, the hands that you can bend like this. So if you want to have him hold a gun like a weirdo, or mostly it's just to hold the sword aloft and say, I have the power. So I like that kind of hand better personally. All right, so he has the ab crunch, which a lot of people have been complaining about lately. It's not much. It's not much of an ab crunch. I thought he was going to have a ball joint up there. Down below, he's got some kind of joint under his skirt. His legs are, I think they're on a hinge joint, like going out and going up. Do they pull down to kick up? It almost feels like they're on a teeter-totter joint, like when you pull one down, the other one goes up or something. I don't know. He's got a thigh swivel. And again, the plastic and make this stuff out of is really weird to me. It's just mushy. Okay, he's got a knee joint The knees and the elbows look really unnatural when you bend them all the way. All right, he's got a swivel joint, which is pretty common. He doesn't have a toe joint, thankfully, because I get tired of the toe joints. And he bends up and down. So taking a look at the paint details on him, though, I am fairly impressed with the amount of applications of paint. We have the gold chain, the gold buttons, things that most people overlook. I tend to see those things. I really appreciate the paint work they put into it, because some people, like Bandai on their Power Rangers, would always paint the front and the backs would be plain. It was like really, like we never see the back of an action figure when we're putting them in poses. No. But the detailing right here, the silver goes on. So he's got that very traditional dark blue. Like I said, this figure came in both black and blue. Probably the blue one's out in the building. He's got a fist hand, but let's first off find out which one of these weapons I want to put in his hands. Okay, good. So he has a place for the sword, because even though I don't really, I don't know, the sword's cool, but do I want him holding it? Nah, I don't see him wearing or holding a sword. It's mostly just a prestige piece. Now, is it going to go all the way down, or do I have to? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like a clip or something I had to clip on there. Oh, okay, so there's a hole in the bottom so you can keep pushing it. Gotcha. See the hole in the bottom? Which is great when he wants to cut up his boots while he's walking. I like how the golden head of this, the Cobra is sticking out. That's really cool. And the gold chain that's hanging down from his belt, that looks really good. And the crisscross satchel that holds onto his cape over one shoulder, that's really cool. Does he have a cape? Nope. He does got the tassels, and he has a gun holster, which I don't know how to do the gun. It's probably in the box right there. All right, so the chrome is also not too shiny. It's a nice metal, but not too shiny look. The gun, I wonder if the gun was supposed to go in there instead. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so though. So let's see. His hand is prepared for a gun, really, also. All right. So we got the gun. Cobra. But I don't really see him using a lot of weapons in the show that much, really, at all. He's usually the kind of guy that tells other people what to do. So this hand is the Arg. I'll get you, my pretties, and your little dog too. Wait, no, that's not him. So I don't know. Between this and the fist, I think this is the hand that I want to have him on him, because he always does the Destro, get your butt over her now. That kind of thing. The only thing is that he's got a pin going through there, so that means that he does not have a cuff rotation. That's a missed point right there. If I was making this figure, I would have, how he has a swivel right there. I'd have made the swivel right here instead, or both, but definitely right there, because you want this to move over, because when he's holding it like that, that's very unnatural. That cuff gets right there. It should be behind him at all times, or behind his hand like that, and then that should rotate to where he can, hold his hand up like, I give you the world. Because he's a very dramatical character. That's one of the reasons that I think Cobra Commander is hilarious. He's over the top. A real dictator wouldn't waste all of his time making everything look like Cobras, and just very, I don't know. It's just a very artistic concept of a villain to me. So, yes, I now I've got about, I'm getting close to my dozen cutoff mark for a number of G.I. Joes I got. Well, tune in next time. We will see that he does not come alone from Florida. He came with a friend. But you'll have to tune in next time to see who that friend is. Who do you think I got with him? If you watch my live videos, you'll know. Cobra!